Hey guys, welcome back. Scott here with a new beer dissection video. What I got today for us from 6 Point Brewery out of, I believe, Brooklyn, New York, called their Wintry Fix. I'm filming this just before Christmas in 23. This is a seasonal beer for them. I actually was trying to get the resin from 6 Point Brewery, but they didn't have it at the beer store, so got this instead. Maybe it's better because I've been doing a lot of IPAs recently. The market's flooded with IPAs, so even though no one's twisting my arm to do this beer channel, but I just find that I seem to have a lot more IPAs than other beers. So this is called Wintry Fix, Winter Lager, so this should be very refreshing or a change of pace for me. And it says it's 5.5% and a blend of cinnamon, clove, orange peel, and star anise for warming and yet easy drinking brew. Now listen, I gotta admit, I'm not a huge fan of fruited beers, spice beers, but it is Christmas time. There is the famous Anchor Brewing Christmas Ale that's out usually this time of the year, even though I know Anchor's got out of business, even though maybe someone's gonna buy them out of bankruptcy. We'll see what happens. But there's a lot of beers out on the market now that have that degree of spiciness, clove. Some have different base beers, whether it's a brown ale, a porter, and then they spice it. So I've never had this one. They say it's a seasonal release. Never had it in any other prior seasons, especially since I've been doing this channel. And lager brewed with cinnamon, clove, orange peel, and star anise. Now I got to admit, I'm not a big fan. Not say a big fan, a big one that can pick up star anise very well. I don't use star anise often. So I'm going to be surprised if I'm even able to pick it out in this beer. Cinnamon and clove, and maybe even a little orange peel, possibly. We'll see. So anyway, beer dissection, 6 Point Brewery, Wintry Fix, their winter lager, 5.5%. I'm actually looking forward to trying this one because, like I said, sometimes you just get tired of the fruit bombs all the time with these beers. So a nice lager, winter lager, even if it's spiced, it's fine with me. All right, so let's take a look at this. We got a very pretty kind of inch and a half white to maybe slightly off-white head. The bubble and head formation looks pretty good. It's kind of got a little bit of that whipping effect. I'm getting whiffs of this already. Kind of the whipping effect like from espresso or Cool Whip effect, sometimes you'll hear me say, but very nice. Kind of have a nice medium amber to maybe even a light copper beer. Pretty clear. There's just maybe a slight degree of chill haze there. A few nucleation bubbles on my side of my glass, but again, pretty. It does look like a Christmas beer or something that is spiced. And what did I say? And yeah, okay, gotcha. I just want to say they did say clove and cinnamon because when I was looking at it before, I'm like, I knew I was getting a whiff of something. Oh yeah, pretty powerful on the cinnamon initially on the front of the aromatics. You get some of that clove. I guess it's star anise. I don't use, like I said, I'm not a big fan. I haven't used star anise much in any, baking, whatever it may be. But the clove and the cinnamon definitely are in the foreground here. Can't miss it. I would almost guess that there was it smelled like nutmeg, even though they say they don't use nutmeg on there. That's why I wanted to check this for a second. Orange peel. There's no really orange on the nose. Maybe it's contributing a little bit to the color of the beer if they are using real orange peel. I always get a little suspicious whether some of these guys are using like tinctures that give it a little bit more of a medicinal quality, but we'll see if we get any powerful orange flavor here on the flavor profile. But again, very pretty beer. I mean, it does look like if you were thinking of a stereotypical Christmas beer with orange, things like that, that's what you're getting here. But anyway, let me sniff a little bit more here. You're getting kind of like a crusty, medium toast aroma, maybe bread crust. It makes me believe that they're maybe using a amber ale as a base beer, but we'll see, and then spicing it. Okay, but anyway, guys, cheers, Prost. Pretty high carbonated. I'll just talk about the body right now. Kind of medium bodied. But what I was getting initially on that swig, pretty powerful with the cinnamon. And probably clove mixture. So without a doubt, again, it's spiced right on the front end. As it's settling out, I'm kind of left with a nice, almost like a graham cracker, Christmas cookie type of flavor, which I guess would make sense since it is a winter lager and it's coming out right around Christmas. It's kind of like a Christmas cookie on my palate here. With the clove, I think between the clove, the cinnamon, probably the caramel malts, crystal malts are using for the beer, which again, I still feeling that this is probably the base beer is close to an amber ale. So you get some of that residual sweetness from the malt. So with that sweetness, the cinnamon, clove, you get that Christmas cookie flavor. Low bitterness, low to moderate bitterness. Like I say, it's kind of nice on the aftertaste too. When you let it sit there for a bit, you kind of get this nice, nutmeg, cinnamon, Christmas cookie in a can type of flavor here, which is kind of nice. And enough little residual sweetness, probably from the crystal malt. So kind of medium bodied, a little more body than typical lagers would be. I mean, this is drinking a little bit like, I haven't had the Christmas ale in a bit. It drinks a little bit like that, but it's kind of like a Christmas spiced amber ale, if you were going to kind of categorize. But very nice. It's really drinking very nicely. I don't pick up any off flavors. I didn't notice the canning date. Best by March 5th of 24. I'm filming this in December of 23, January, February, March, 3, 4. So they probably brewed it 2-3 months ago, whatever it may be. That's just my guess. I live here on Long Island, so Brooklyn's not too far. So I like to think it's somewhat fresh or fresher than people getting this maybe out in Missouri or wherever it may be. No alcohol warmth, which you wouldn't expect with 5.5% or so. What did I say? 5.5, exactly. But pretty nice. So, if you like lagers, you want to get away, you want a little bit of a break from your pale ales, your IPAs, New England IPAs, hazies, I would recommend this. Grade-wise, listen, this is kind of a seasonal special beer. Like, it's not something you're going to pick up all year round. But overall drinkability, enjoyability, I'm going to say an A-. I think it's really nice. It's a nice change-up, curveball from your IPAs. In the world of spice beers, I bring it down a little bit, maybe B+, just because there's a bunch of them out there. Whether there are Trappist beers or Abbey beers that are spiced, or good old-fashioned Anchor's Christmas Ale, bring it down a little bit. But very enjoyable. It is got a kind of a nice crisp bite to it. You can, a little more sessionable than some other beers that we a lot of times drink this time of the year. We like to drink these hefty, cream stouts or bourbon aged stouts that are, 15% alcohol, 20% alcohol. So this is drinking quite nice. Again, but the cinnamon and the clove are not hiding at all. The star anise, you got me. I probably have to train that in my flavor profile a little bit. I mentioned the orange peel on the palate, though. There probably is. And I think they probably did a good job of keeping that orange not, even if they're using a tincture and it is more of a artificial, they could fool me a little bit because, you kind of get in the malt. You get some orange there. That's probably where I'm getting it. I'm getting that crystal malt, a little bit of orange. But it's not like you're drinking it and you think like, oh, wait, this is an IPA that got like an orange taste to me. Or some of the Voodoo Rangers that seems like so artificial and cloyingly sweet. This is not that. So it probably has a little bit of orange on there, but it's not medicinal. I think it probably supports the beer very nicely. So anyway, guys, like I said, A minus, even B plus. If you're rating it from other seasonal beers, I would recommend this. Today's beer dissection, 6 Point Brewery, Wintry Fix, a winter lager. It does actually, what I'm thinking about, it does remind me a little bit of either it was Pete's Wicked Ales winter, or maybe it was even Sam Adams had made a winter lager years ago. Not the newer version one. I think there was one back in the day. If I think of it, I'll try to do a quick voiceover of it, but it kind of has that. It has that spiciness to it, but not over the top. Okay, this is not like going to blow you over. I think a lot of more pumpkin spices beers are a little bit more over the top than this one is. All right, guys, so beer dissection, 6 Point Wintry Fix one last time. I would recommend it. I'm going to say, that B plus A minus range. And until the next beer dissection video, have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.